my question to you, which is a real question, is how do you want to hear what we have to say if we can't directly tell you?
Ooh, I got it.
Without offending you.
Got you.
Yes.
Keep it to yourself. Okay. Now, as I was saying,
This nigga trying not to be married, but I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm too old for this crap. I asked a question. You're telling me what to do.
it's not that you ask the question, it's how you ask it. You're too bossy, okay? You're bossy.
It's how I asked it. Well, that's interesting. What do I say about you all the time? It's how you say things.
Thank you. You're welcome. So great. There you go. Cheer him up.
Right? Somebody help him.
Well, thank you.
He's all sensitive today. He's all sensitive today.
No, I'm not sensitive. I wake up to this one telling me what I don't do, okay? Who wants to wake up to that? Why don't you wake me up nice? Say something nice. Say something pleasant, okay? Don't tell me what I don't.
Literally said, babe, this is a nice song. Why don't you play this at church?
Translated, you play crap. That's okay. You play the same crap over and over again.
Okay, right here. Translation, not. Men are the worst translators in the entire world. Worst translators.
I heard it.
Thank you.
And
I don't
what
care.
I would like to retort is that
He's gonna retort.
there's a miscommunication because the women's understanding and man's understanding is very two different things.
Two different things.
We are very not intentional. What is the word? Literal. As I would explain something to you, I just explained to you in a literal sense. Now, women, they have very wavering emotions.
No, come back to me. That is not accurate all the time.
I have to,
Go
I
ahead,
have to
finish.
explain. It's wavering. So when they say things to each other in a certain way, they can pick up on those little things that me and you may not pick up on because we're literal, right? For instance, like I can tell him, "Yeah, bro, I need you to change the tire real quick and handle that for me," right? Your wife may say, "I need you to change the tire." She may not be asking in a way. See, she may not be asking in a way that you're perceiving it as her asking, but that's her way of saying, "I need you to help me." And she may be freaking out at the moment, but then again, the communication is lost.
You got something? Because I'd like to retort.
Of course you would.
Here's my retort. You guys speak in literal terms. You say exactly what you want and what you don't want.
That's what he just said.
So why is it when we say exactly what we want or we don't want, you think that we're trying to interpret something that you would understand?
Yeah.
Or you think that we're being bossy?
Can I retort to that?
Please retort to that.
Put the camera right here.
Put it right on his face.
My response to that is, hold on.
Oh, she went.
Because she is being bossy. That's what she does.
Retort. So, as my brother down here said, we don't talk directly. So if we talk indirectly, then we're not saying what we want. But if we talk directly, we're being bossy. So
That's all I said.
some man out there, please, for the love of Jesus, tell me what you want. Do you either want us to tell you what we want and consider bossy or aggressive? Or do you want us to talk in circles so you have to figure it out and then be aggravated because now you have to figure it out? I'm just saying, if I'm going to say something, I'm going to say something. And you need to figure out how to handle that because I got to listen to you say what you want to say. So this is the question. Okay, if we say things directly to you, then it's offensive, abrasive, aggressive, or we're being bossy. If we try to tell you what we want without telling you what we want, we're being elusive. So my question to you, which is a real question, is how do you want to hear what we have to say if we can't directly tell you
Ooh, I got it.
without offending you?
Got you.
Yes.
Keep it to yourself. Okay. Now, as I was saying,
This nigga trying not to be married, but I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm too old for this crap. I'm too old for this. Let me tell you something. I am well over 40, and what I'm not going to do is deal with that until I'm dead. You hear what I'm saying? So he better figure it out quickly, or he will be figuring it out on a new JBU, and I will not be part of the U. You get what I'm saying?
okay, hold on. Listen. All kidding. Hey, all kidding aside, right? like you always tell me, tone is everything. The way in which you say it. Tone is everything. Right? That's all. It's a tone. Sometimes, because guys don't want to feel like you're talking to me like I'm your child.
Okay, tone is everything. I do say that to you all the time. So my question is this. When I said this morning, babe, the song is beautiful. Why don't you play this at church? It's exactly how I said
What
it.
I heard was...
What you heard, which is not my tone. So let's talk about what you heard. Don't talk about my tone, because my tone was, babe, why don't you play the song at church?
Clearly I was done talking the way you just
were.
pointed in my face and told me.
No, because I'm going to call out, I'm going to be told not to talk, then you won't get whatever you want.
See that tone? That's the
That's
sass I'm talking about right there.
Absolutely. Not apologizing for it. Go ahead.
Daddy, you got nothing to say down there?
This is a question for both of you.
What's the question again?
Question, Jesus. Father, help me.
Run that back.
Lord, help me. What I said was, when we say things directly to you, you guys normally say that we're being aggressive or we're being bossy, right? Or we're talking down to you, right? But if we say things like around trying to tell you what we want but trying not to get that bossy title, then you say we're being elusive about what we're saying and we're not being direct about what we're saying. So we're kind of in a pigeonhole here
Well, no, that's
because
not
we
true. I told you it was tone. I said it was tone.
It's not just tone, because I just said to you a second ago, I didn't say it in a rude way this morning, but you found it to be offensive because your interpretation of what I was saying was putting you down. So how do we talk to you and be honest with you without offending you, but also being able to be honest?
You know what we tend to not take into account, and what I find with myself and I find with you other times is that what mood is that person in that kind of we never really realize that the kind of mood that person is in. Granted, we may be hearing words from that person. Yeah, they may be loving, but if we're in a mood in that moment, everything that may be coming at us may feel like an attack. And I'm not saying that. I'll just give us not a scenario. I'll just say for me. For instance, when my wife is trying to be direct, granted, yeah, the tone is lost. It's sometimes, but it's a level of directness that makes it feel like you're trying to be my mother. You're trying to tell me what to do. Now, there's a difference of when a man is trying to tell his wife or to say to his wife something, how to do something, in comparison to how he tells another guy how to do something. For instance, now, if a guy is your friend, you may try to be soft with them, depending on the level of frustration you're at. Now, when you're trying to talk to your spouse, it's not out of frustration as men in the room we're trying to be direct. We're just trying to be clear so we understand. At times is that I feel like I'm being clear, but it's going over my wife's head completely 100%. And I'm like, what are you not getting? But to answer your question, we do not want to feel like as the double men that we're being manipulated.
I get that. Okay, so the first thing you said, which I heard and I really liked, is that it's where you are, the space that you're in, which sometimes is hard because we don't know that you're in a space inside and internally. We don't know that you're going to take this offensively because we don't know that space. But I love that you said it because it does bring light to a lot of conversations that go awry because somebody's already having a moment when they're having a moment internally. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. The other side of that is the tone that guys take with other guys. Like you said, sometimes you'll do soft tone or sometimes you'll just do guy tone, right? How do you guys not see that the way you speak to us directly makes us feel like you're trying to father us when we're whole grown-up women who understand and are capable of the same thing? Like, you guys constantly say, you'll hear them say, don't be my mother. But you don't hear us and the reason why you don't hear us as women come back as much is because as women we were taught to submit, but not in a godly way, to men where we have to worry about your pride and where you stand. And yet men were not taught how to cover women's heart and how we feel. So we get treated like we're children who have to be explained to, like we're in a classroom or like we're having a father talk to us. So like, where do we bridge that?
That's the communication.
You know,
my wife said to me,
and we've talked about it before, is the message get lost in the tone.
Don't let your tone get lost in your mess. That's what she said.
We heard her. Your head was just in the
Oh.
way.
Let your tone get lost in the message.
Don't let your message get lost in your mess. Don't let your message. Oh, okay.
So to go back to this morning, I think what he said is right. I wasn't in the space to hear what you were saying because I had just woken up, and it sounded like you were being bossy because that's the space I was in. I had just woken up, so you might have had a nice tone. So I apologize if I said it was your tone. I just didn't want to hear it. I just woke up, and it felt like you were coming at me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I was not trying to offend you. I was actually trying to compliment your song choice this morning.
Now, okay. Now, in terms of you feeling like, or women feel like guys are talking down to them, quiet, go in there and make me a sandwich.
Oh,
He cannot. It's just like, he can never just let it ride.
I'm kidding. Clearly, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's, I mean, I think
But that's a good point. I didn't realize you felt like that sometimes, that you feel like we're talking to you as if we're trying to instruct you. I didn't realize that.
And I think that's, can I speak from a woman's side? So, like for women, like I understand how guys feel like our directness can be, bossy. But for women, like it's hard for women to sometimes ask their husbands or their mates questions because we want to get what you're saying, we want to learn from you, we want to grasp what you're saying, but the way you say it or the way we feel about the way you say it comes very off like we're not smart or that why don't you understand that? And I feel like it's really offensive, so a lot of times we won't ask you guys so, or we won't sit there and listen to you tell us because we'll start tuning out if we feel that you're talking down to us instead of talking, especially if we have children and understand, okay, this is the tone you take when you're talking to my daughter or my son. You're taking that same tone and attitude with me right now, and I'm like a whole grown-up who wants to learn something or wants to understand where you're coming from, but feel like you're, talking down to me right now.
That makes sense. So just remember that, though, when you speak to us, that we're not your sons either. So.
All right, you guys try it first and we'll see how it works. I'm just joking.
Like.
I'm just joking.
Like.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Yes.
You made a comment about me leaving my clothes in a pile or in a
he's
trail,
salty about this.
right? Like I'm a child. I know where my clothes are, baby. It's my room. If I want to leave my shoes right there, my drawers right here, my pants right there, I'm gonna pick them up eventually. I don't need you to tell me when to do it.
You ain't gonna pick them
I
up.
was about to say,
You're gonna pick them up when she tell you,
Pick them up eventually, and by eventually that means you will.
you were eventually gonna put them where they go.
That is true.
Yo, y'all gonna heat it up.
Like, okay, if that's the case, then you're gonna have to stop being paparazzi for me if I'm not gonna be able to be a paparazzi for you.
No, that's not what I said. I wasn't talking about the paparazzi.
Oh, that's why you're salty though.
No, I'm talking about you telling me, yo, stop leaving your clothes right here. Listen, they're gonna get picked up. I just have a certain way in which I like to do it. I come in, like take off my shoes, take off my pants, take off my shirt. They're strategically placed throughout
They're
the room.
not strategically placed throughout the room. They're just dropped if you can get them off.
That's my strategy.